So there's three things that I want to talk about when we're rolling the shoulder, because a lot of you guys are saying like, what do you do with the head? So when I'm go ahead and I'm basically locking up, I'm basically arm weaving in, right? I'm gonna go ahead and take it. It's like I'm putting it into my pocket, but I'm rolling it into my shoulder. Okay, let me just borrow you. Brace for Jace. Okay, so right over here. Relax for a second. Actually, put that over here. Okay, so I'm basically, see how he's at staggered stance where we talked about that? And you're taller, so you should move up a little bit closer. Yep. Now it's a lot heavier. Okay, relax, relax, relax. Right over here. So I'm going to pull that on one side. I'm going to go ahead and arm weave in. I'm grabbing the top part of his head. Okay. Now a lot of you, this is another thing I want to talk about is the grip. Okay. But over here, I'm basically grabbing the top part of his head. I'm trying to roll it. Okay. And then if you're in a street fight, yeah, I would grab. Sorry. Like I would grab the hair and I would just basically pull straight down. And what I'm doing is I'm taking his head. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into my shoulder. Well, you got a big shoulder? Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Right over here. It's like I'm going to go ahead and roll his shoulder. And what I'm going to do is that what I didn't talk about, and you guys are starting to figure this out naturally, is that you're going to have to move your feet as you guys are doing this, right? So as I'm rolling his head on my shoulder, guess what I'm doing? I'm also moving him as well. So it might be a big circle. Now the reason that I'm moving him and from his stagnant position right over here, because look what happens with his elbow. As soon as I start to roll it and I start to use my body weight, look what's happening. It opens it up for me to arm weave in, or if I want to, I can pull it. Guess what I'm doing? As I'm rolling him, this is when I can go ahead and boom, hit with the knees, and then I'll go ahead and lock up, and then I can basically start to rip his head straight back down. Okay? Yes, sir.
One more time.
Okay. So right over here, so as I have him right over here, see what I'm doing with his head? I'm going to go ahead and roll his head, but at the same time I'm using my feet to do what? To help me maneuver. Okay? And because my head is up, in reality, guess what I'm doing with my head? I'm using it to drive also, and I'm going to go ahead and arm weave in and then lock. And once I lock, even though I'm going with this palm over palm, guess what happens? Because his head is a little bit tiny, but he probably has a big brain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and transition my hand to lock it a lot tighter. And then from there, he basically tries to put his head back up. Guess what happens? Then I pretty much have that position.